And the natural sound of music.
Are you sitting comfortably? Then we'll begin.
Hey everyone, Talha here. This is the P10 Plus and I don't think this device is getting the attention it deserves. Let me tell you the best thing about this phone, and no, it's not the camera or the display, even though those things are fantastic. It's the customization that this phone allows you to have. So phones these days kind of look familiar, right? This phone tries to break away from that in a really interesting way. You can get this phone in the traditional matte finish like the iPhone or the Pixel, or you can choose a bit more textured back with more grip, and in a few different colors. This means you can truly make this device your own and different from other phones. It's really cool. This one is in blue with textured back and it's unlike any other phone I've ever used. I instantly started loving the build quality. It's a nice change from what I was expecting. Another thing that I'm really enjoying with this phone is the display. It's a 5.5-inch QHD panel, and mostly before this phone Huawei put 1080p screens, and not that there's anything wrong with 1080p, but being a bit of a nerd, I really want the highest possible specs in my phone, so I'm really happy that they finally included a QHD screen, and there's so much depth in this panel. I really love it. As you can see, the video on this phone looks crisp, the viewing angles are great. For me, it's one of the best displays I've ever used. The problem I faced with some Huawei phones in the past is that the display looks a bit bluer, the white balance is a bit off, and I'm glad that this phone doesn't have that issue, but still it does allow you to control the white balance in settings, and you can make it a bit more warmer or bluer according to your taste. While playing video, I noticed that this phone actually has stereo speakers. One of the speakers is at the bottom and the other one is next to the camera. The audio it produces is super clear and it is a stereo experience, unlike most phones where you get one tiny mono speaker, so watching movies and TV is really great. Alright, so let's talk about the camera, and let me be completely honest with you. I don't really care about the front cameras in smartphones. In most phones it's fine, it's alright, and I'm not much of a selfie guy. I'm pretty sure if they make a phone where there's no front camera, I won't really notice for like at least 10 days. So in this phone the front camera is good, so I'd say right on par with other flagship devices. And if you're worried about Snapchat, don't be. When you upload a picture on Snapchat's compression is so aggressive that it downgrades the photo too much that it looks like it's taken from a 2 megapixel potato. However, the back camera of this phone is truly one of the best. It uses the dual camera arrangement the same way as the OnePlus or the iPhone, and it works just as well. I'm floored by the image quality, everything is so clear, the colors are super saturated and there's so much depth. I love it. I love this phone's camera more than any other phone. Although one thing that I don't really like is the artistic bokeh in this camera. Essentially it blurs the background, and just like most phones that do this, it looks completely fake to me. As you can see here in this photo, it couldn't really differentiate between the foreground and the background, and it fails miserably. But I do like the natural creamy bokeh you get normally from the camera. Other than that, you get all the standard modes on the camera. There's the wide aperture, portrait mode, all the good stuff. The camera does have optical image stabilization and does take 4K video. Combine that with the awesome image quality and you end up getting really smooth and good looking video. So let's talk about the performance. This phone has a Kirin 960 chip. It's Huawei's own in-house processor, and the 960 is like their flagship model. With 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. As of now, I have not faced any issue with the performance. It's buttery smooth, it handles all the apps with ace, and as you can see, it runs games really smoothly. However, I find Huawei's stock launcher to be really slow. I don't like it at all, but this is Android, so I changed to Nova launcher and now this phone feels even better. Also, this phone has Android Nougat, so that's good, but I'm not much of a fan of EMUI. In day-to-day usage, EMUI is not that bad, but I don't like the launcher, messaging app or the dialer app at all. And don't even get me started on the in-call UI, it's horrendous. This phone has a 3750 mAh battery and it lasted me about 2 days on normal usage. But let me tell you this, the quick charging in this phone is seriously no joke. I did a test to see just how quickly does it charge, and well, the phone dies at 2%, so I put it on supercharging at 2% battery, and just 30 minutes later it was at 48%, 1 hour later it was at 86%, and at 1 hour and 30 minutes later it was at 97%. It took 1 hour and 47 minutes precisely to charge this phone from 2% to 100%. That's really good. If you just charge it for an hour, you're probably good for the rest of the day. I'm really impressed by the battery and the quick charging capabilities. All the sensors on this device work well, the sound is clear in calls, didn't have any dropped messages, the fingerprint sensor is quick and accurate. Also, you can use the fingerprint sensor to navigate around the device. It takes some getting used to, but it works great. There's also an IR blaster, which is a nice addition. Overall, you can probably tell that I really like this phone. There aren't too many negative things about it. I love using it. I think you will love it too. Well guys, that's about it. Really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. If you liked it, please share and like our page. Also tune into Geek My Day for a very special comparison video of this phone versus the OnePlus 5 that will be coming in a few days. I'm really excited. Thank you for watching.
Bye bye everyone. Bye bye.